everyone. So I'm going to do a simple pick a card reading today. So if you have been following me from the beginning, I have a second channel, and on there I had pick a card readings that I removed. And so I just feel like this is a channel I'll just keep all psychic work on. I'm eventually going to use that other one, but just letting you guys know. Okay, so we're going to be doing, like, what do people see in you? Like, the good parts, the good aspects of you. What would they say about you, or how do they feel about you? So this is not necessarily one specific person. This is just a collective drawing upon what people say. Okay, so I'll do 3 piles, and the way I'm doing it, I'm just gonna pull. So pile number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's flip them over so you know, because I'm not gonna put timestamps. YouTube might do it on its own, or you'll just have to locate it yourself. So pile 1 is the King of Wands. Pile 2 is the 3 of Pentacles. And pile 1 is King of Wands. Pile 2 is 3 of Pentacles. Pile 3, if I'm saying this right, is the Page of Wands. So just meditate and use your intuition. If you don't feel drawn to any particular one, then maybe there's not a message here for you right now, and come back another time if you feel like it. If you feel drawn to multiple piles, then by all means, go check those out too. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. I'll layer this so that I can go down the line. All right, pile number 1, King of Wands. So far, what I feel is you listen, you're a good listener. You listen to you listen to everyone's perspective, and people admire that about you. So I think that sometimes it's easy for a lot of people to dismiss what someone says, or, you know, if they're not the loudest one in the room, then they're not going to be heard, or they're not going to get individual attention. And it seems that a lot of people look up to you, they admire you, they see you, you know, like a king. I'm not going to say necessarily putting you on a pedestal. I think it's a realistic view of you, of how, I think whether you realize this or not, I would say I feel that 50 to 60% of you who are going to pick this pile do recognize that you're someone who is self-aware, you stand your ground, you have strong beliefs, and you're not afraid to speak out about it. You like to put your time towards good causes, things that you're passionate about. And so rightfully so, people see that about you, and it's almost this point where they feel like they're not as good as you, like where you're at is unattainable, which is a compliment for you, because they think, wow, this person really has it together. This person really knows where they're at in the world, where they stand, and in their own thoughts and beliefs. Like, they just seem so self-assured. And I would really like to be like that one day, if it was ever possible. Like, I don't know the steps that I need to take to get there, but it would be nice to be a lot like them. And you're a good multitasker. And you're appropriately distancing yourself from people. Like, you're not someone that overshares. Even if you feel like you overshare, I think that's more of just your own thoughts, but you appropriately have good boundaries with people, and you do it in a way that is clear with people of what's acceptable behavior towards you and what's not, where it doesn't make people feel awkward or bad. It doesn't make people feel like maybe they did something wrong and that it would be difficult to kind of manage or like get back into your good graces. So let's see what else we have here. String. Yeah. I'm gonna take a peek at this. Yeah, it just seems like from other people's perspective, you have it going on. You know, you take obstacles or, like, again, it's about how you handle disagreements that's being highlighted to me, and how you deal with different people. You know, people have so many different personalities, but you're able to appropriately manage the way that, like, I can see you as being in some sort of leadership position, or being a really good parent, or like people who work for CPS, like people who deal with just all kinds of different people and children especially, where I don't know, it's really interesting to see how clear that comes through for me, of like how proficient you are with everything that you do, and how you handle obstacles, and how you handle opposing viewpoints from other people. And I'm being drawn to this windmill, and that to me feels like you listen to your intuition and you go with the flow. You're not someone who is overly resistant to things that are happening in your life. You don't let that overtake you and overcome you. And even if there are parts, that are a little bit more difficult in your life, somehow you've always been able to persevere. You've always been able to maintain like this soft, sensitive, but fierce outlook. And with the Empress, she's like, actually all of these are like, okay, these are major cards. And especially if you're a female watching this, if you're a male, I feel like this is the intensity of those feminine aspects about you that are really well balanced. If you're a female watching this, it's like you're the ultimate woman. You are absolute perfection, like what people want to emulate. in their lives, or who people want to be with. You know, you're the it girl. And I feel like you have really good fashion sense. See, the Empress came out again. Double time. Double. So I feel like you have really, really good fashion sense. Pretty much anything looks good on you. And you have a unique way of dressing yourself that people... Look, this came out twice too, the wheel. The wheel of fortune right here. I think people see you as mysterious. Like, you seem mysterious. There's like a mystique to you that people are like, how do they do it? Like, how do they just, like, it almost seems like life is too easy for you. You know, like, even if you've had a troublesome life, or like a life of struggle, you know, and a lot of stress, the way that you handle it, I guess it's just with really good, like, you have a lot of good grace, that you make it look easy. You just make life look easy. And where people would stumble, where people would... For the way that I'm saying it is slow down. Like, they would need to slow down. And it's almost like running a marathon. That's the vision I'm getting. Is you're running a marathon against all these other people. And at the time where their energy starts waning, you get that second burst of energy. Where it's, you know, for those of you who run, it's like you kind of get to this peak tiredness, and then once you break past it, it gets like really easy. Well, maybe not really easy, but a lot easier to just keep going. And that's how I see the way that you are in your life. That's how people perceive you. 8 of air, yeah, exactly. Like this vision, the horse, you see? It focuses all the people behind here, and you're going forward. Okay, let's look at a little bit more. The Chariot, that's pretty much the same thing that I was saying. You just have a really sunshiny outlook on life, and you don't let your emotions, that's what I see, people feel like you don't let your emotions take hold of you to the point that you, again, paralyze yourself. Spend quality time together, exactly. This is exactly where I was going with this, which is, it's the Queen of Cups energy for me, where you are, again, it's like this feeling of appropriate, like you're appropriate, like just really well balanced mentally. You handle situations appropriately, emotionally appropriate for every situation, and you're someone that people want to spend more time around because they feel honored. That's what I'm hearing, is the people that are close to you feel really honored to know you and to be on your best side. It's like you're pretty much, everyone's on your good side. Like, you're very nice to people, but it's almost like that horse, right? Where you get past that barrier, that crest, and beyond that is like all your love, all your emotions, all your thoughts. And it's really rewarding for people who are close to you to know that, listen, like, this person is guarded. In a lot of ways, they see you as guarded, but it's because you're very selective with who gets the prime perfect, like all of you. And it's a reward for people. We have love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer. So I feel like people come to you for help, like people close to you and even people who don't know you. That's why I feel I get that CPS vibe from you guys, where you're so steady in who you are that people want to get to know. It's like, how do you manage life so well? Like, how are you able to just overcome all of these obstacles in life where other people trip up on it, or where they would trip up on it? Like, how does your mind work in order to just overcome those things and not let it get the best of you? Feels like you're an old soul and a very familiar soul. So when people are around you or they just see you, there's this feeling of comfort and familiarity that disarms people. It makes them feel like they don't have to have their guard up and they can be themselves around you. And you make other people feel good about themselves. Because you can see through people. You can see through some of their own insecurities and things that maybe have held them back in life, or maybe why they are the way they are, some of their negative aspects, and you can understand and appreciate because you've been through things that have led you to be more open-minded. Let's get a few more. You have a very creative mind too. I was seeing this and I feel this is verified with expression. You're able to express yourself in the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress. Is something in the physical world, like how you physically present yourself, that lets people kind of get an idea of who you are before even speaking to you. And it's very unique. And I do feel like you have a bit of an angelic quality about you. Maybe it's how compassionate of a person you are, how you move with ease. That makes people feel like, wow, did I just meet an angel? Did I just meet an angel? Okay, so this is interesting to me. I split the deck, and this is the one that was at the bottom. I was thinking about a cheetah because in here it kind of looks like cheetah print. Yeah, and there's a cheetah here. And again with the running. So I will leave it at this. This is my final thing, because it's I'm pretty much just repeating myself at this point. But I will say, with this card and everything here, I do again feel like when people, it's like reaching for the stars. It's like, what is it that you want to have in your life? Who do you want to become? Where do you see yourself? Who do you look up to? People would put you in that list. You are someone that people think to as being someone that is of star quality, of dream quality. It's like, I want to be with that person. I want to be that person. I want to be around those kinds of people, you know? It's like, that's the kind of friend that I would want to have in my life. Or, you know, when I think about like work colleagues and what it says about me to be around those kinds of people. You know, it's like those kinds of people, like, you make other people look good, you know? And it's more than just your appearance. It's more than just the way that you carry yourself. It's more than just these superficial things. It's that you have it all. Like, people see that you have it all. People see that you not just talk the talk, you walk the walk. Like, you put in the work, you put in the effort, and you don't mess around. You don't mess around, and you're not afraid to cut people out who disrespect you, or who don't recognize that in you, you know? Like, you don't have to really, like, I feel like you're fair enough and you're humble enough where you're like, well, you know, not everyone has to see that in me. Not everyone has to feel that way about me, but like, you will treat me with respect. You will treat me with dignity, and at the same time, I'm still gonna pay you the same respect. You know? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see for you guys, and thank you for watching. I'm gonna clean this off and move into the next one. I'm not doing cropping. I guess I could technically turn the camera off. Maybe I'll do that next time. But for the time being, I'll just keep it like this. Might always keep it like this, we'll see. So, let's put this up. Hi, pile number 2. You have the 3 of Pentacles, and I already get happy thoughts, happy vibes. That's how people feel around you, and that's what they feel when they think about you, is they get really happy. And it seems to me like you guys are the life of the party. For those of you who are like, no way, I'm so withdrawn or so shy, it's just your energy, like you being there. So even if you're not someone who just has this like bold personality, it's like you're the icing on the cake. It's like, oh, this party's really nice, this get together is fun, but pile number 2 is the missing piece. It's like, that makes this whole thing feel complete. Like, you are the final puzzle piece that locks everything in together is how it feels. And so people really like that about you, and I feel like you're very intelligent. So I feel like compared to like the people around you, they look to you for guidance. They look for you to make sense of things. So if you're in a room brainstorming with a bunch of people, they can come up with the compartmentalized good ideas, but you're the person that puts it all together. What is that word? It's kind of like an engineer. I see you as being an engineer, because you're able to take everyone's ideas and put it into a working system, like actually make sense of things. Oh, I accidentally put this card here. So that's really cool. That's exciting. Again, it's intelligence, deep intelligence from you. You're wise, but the feeling that I get when I say wise is to really emphasize that, like, sometimes when you think about wise, it's like almost like old, like a lot of experience, and this feels fresh. It's like a fresh perspective on things, a fresh way of looking at things. Like you have this just like a very creative expression in the way that you navigate things in your life. Like there was this video I was watching a long time ago. I don't even know why I was watching it, but this guy was putting together, he took like, I can't even remember what it was, but he got something on Amazon and attached a couch cushion together. Like he made it himself, basically. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get across for you guys, is like you're able to construct things. What is that? Who's that? MacGyver? I've never seen that movie, but I think he takes things and like makes them, I don't know. You're the MacGyver of the group, okay? I want to use this deck, actually. So we have Explore, Think About It, Send Love. What do I get from that? When people come to you with problems in their life, like when you have a heart-to-heart with people, I feel like they're so grateful for you. Like anyone that's ever shared anything with you, that when you see how she's carrying these rocks, it's like carrying the weight of something that maybe they were ashamed of, or that they're having trouble getting past, or that they're having trouble even understanding or coping with. Or again, it's that engineering part of your mind of like, how do I solve this? How do I fix this? And it's this analytical part of your mind, the way that you can see problems and how to solve them. I think people are really grateful for. This is a very masculine pile, whether you're a female or not. This is very much people really appreciate your mind, your mental energy, your mental space, and problem solving skills, seeing both sides of the story. It's like people can go to you about relationship problems, and you are someone who will actually like sit down and talk to them. Be like, okay, let's figure this out together. Let's think about all angles and all perspectives so that you can get this solved, or you know, you will feel better about this, or how can you take better control of the situation or better control of your life. And so in that, it's very empowering. So I feel a really good balance, right? Like, you make people feel more balanced. You're a dedicated person. You're dedicated to people. And we have the Justice card here. So again, it's about, and it's a crow. Like, you can see the truth of situations. And again, it's just very, very intelligent. And these are both black, and this hedgehog's kind of black too. They're kind of gray. Something I'm getting that people appreciate about you is your sense of control and stability, like a stable, like, you just seem like a really calm pile. Like, it's a very calm feeling, but at the same time very happy. It's interesting. It's like this, you see the panther is, the way I'm viewing it is the panther is watching this hedgehog walk away. And so it seems like you're really patient with people and delicate. Like, the way that you handle perseverance, or the way that you handle any kind of challenges, is very delicate and calculated. And it's not reactionary. You know, you don't make these split decisions based off of your emotions. You like to take it all in, think about it, let people react the way they want to react, and then from there you decide what action, like, what's the best course of action that needs to be taken. And it's very precise and sharp, like this panther. I feel like you're highly intuitive, and not a lot gets past you, if anything. And so it's very intimidating, but this is a good thing. Obviously, we're talking about good things. And so it's kind of exciting sometimes to be intimidated by someone, right? And so people see you as really intimidating and also really trustworthy. Like, they trust what you have to say. They trust your judgment. They trust your opinions on people. They trust what you decide as the best course of action for certain things, because you can see things from a perspective that you face your fears, or you face things that people would rather avoid mentally, and because of that, you're able to really see the truth of the matter, and that gives you like a much higher perspective on things. And again, it's with the balance and seeing the darker things in life, or the darker aspects of people, It's an acceptance. It's a radical acceptance that people aren't perfect. Like you don't have unrealistic expectations on people and on yourself. And so you're a lot more forgiving of people as far as who they show up as. I think you guys are really fit. I feel like you guys maintain like your body. Like people really like your strength, like physical strength is what I'm feeling. So people admire that about you, like how physically strong you are. Let's see what else. And prepared. I think that comes in with the psychic part of you. You know, the intuitive part of you is that you are always prepared for situations that other people may not have been. So they feel protected around you. Like they can rely, like you're a reliable person in a lot of different ways. So we have Ace of Fire. I think the happiness that I get of people being really happy is I think you're really funny. I think people see you as really... Wait, and then we have the Lovers. Yeah. And good health. See, this is good health. Yeah, I think you're really funny and flirtatious. People see you as someone that they... I still get this feeling of intimidation and like you being so sharp. It's like you know how to flirt with people, or you know who's attracted to you, or you know what people are thinking about you. And so you can play that up to your advantage in like a sweet way, or like a charming way. And it's flustering for people, which they like. Because I see you kind of putting the pressure on and then easing up, and putting the pressure on and easing up. And so it's a very flirtatious and funny and happy feeling where you're not all serious. You don't always mean business. And even if you do, like you like to have fun with it. And I kind of get that you like to show off in some ways. And people are really intrigued by that. They're just intrigued by you. And again, it's kind of like with the flowers. I see the flowers as like popping up, and they're like, what's next? Like, what are they going to do next? How are they going to react next? And it's really fun for them to think of it. See, here's another crow, which I think is a sign of intelligence. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. So again, with the flirtatious vibes that I'm picking up for you guys. You're just fun to be around. The heart of the matter, there's more going on than meets the eye. And I was looking at this. I wasn't sure what I was picking up, but I noticed it's repeating here. Which would make sense for you being so intuitive, that you're guided by your guardian angels. And people feel that, whether they recognize that, like whether they're aware of it or not. People can feel that about you, that you're not alone. Like you're not working alone completely. And it's like they can't put a finger on it about you. They're like with this, there's so much more going on. It's like you always have something new about you, like something different about you that you're doing or trying. And like people just find you so interesting. Very interesting person. It's like you either have a new project, new thoughts, a new hobby, it's like, oh, let's pile up to now. Like, you know, they're always up to something mischievous, like kind of mischievous, or like, again, because I'll show you his face. Again, because that's where I get the smirk. You see the smirk on him? So, and then here I'm like looking at the child, and it's very childlike, not immature, it's very childlike, where people feel like a kid around you. Like they feel like they can just goof around and have a good time, but it's like the way that you use your mind and the way that you use your intelligence is in a playful manner, which is also a hallmark of intelligence, right? Is people that are perpetual children, like they always play and explore and are, you know, interested in different things and investigative. And so that's what I see with you, is that you're a very playful person. All right, so that is what I see for you guys, and thank you for watching. Okay. I can already say, pile number 3, I am already picking up on. So curious to see what more is in here for you guys. Okay. Hello, pile number 3. We have the Page of Wands. So far, I get cuddly. People perceive you as being really, really snuggly and soft and cuddly and lovable. This pile I would see as either you're short, you don't have a lot of muscle tone, or maybe you just wear really soft clothing, or you have a soft like baby face, or big almond eyes, or you have a nice voice. Well, all voices are nice, but it's like a baby voice. Or maybe you just wear a lot of pastels. It's something. Or maybe you have pastel hair. I'm trying to think of what this would mean for me as someone who's soft and cuddly. But that's essentially what people see about you, is that you're a very snuggly kind of person. And it makes people feel like, if they're a man, then they feel manly, or if they're a woman, then they feel really motherly, matronly, and almost this part of them that wants to take care of you. And it's a good thing, because it sparks this side of people that maybe is repressed, or that they want to explore more, or it just makes them feel more, I don't know, like grounded. It makes them feel more grounded. So we have you are loved, and you already know. And so what I feel here, this is more about you guys so far, of being reserved, kind of shy, or bashful, or really humble, you bring out a side of people that want to show you that you matter and want... Oh my goodness, something just fell in my closet. That scared me. Kind of. What the heck was that? Anyway, hopefully there's not a monster in there. I'm just kidding. There's probably not a monster. Anyway, yeah. So it feels like you bring out that nurturing aspect in people because you're just a cutie pie, and it's really it's such a good quality about you to just be like that, because I don't know, it feels, it's kind of like rewarding for people. You know, it's like they feel special to make you smile. They feel special for taking care of you. Yeah. It's even people who have like harsher personality traits, or even their outlook on life, they feel softened when they're around you. You see here in these two images, there's these little soft, delicate animals. And even with relationship patterns, I feel like the way that you make people feel of how they want to treat you is healing for people. It's them recognizing like qualities about themselves that maybe they didn't recognize before, or qualities in other people that they really appreciate because they see that in you, or it makes them feel really good about themselves because they didn't realize they could be that kind of person. And they see in you being compassionate and reciprocating that tenderness and that love and that kindness and that sweetness that makes them feel safe. It makes them feel like there are good people in the world, that I can be a good person and that I won't get taken advantage of. I can have a meaningful friendship or relationship with people, or, you know, if they mistreat you or anyone has mistreated you, then they immediately regret it, or they eventually have this like come to Jesus moment where they realize, I lost the best thing in my life. I lost an opportunity that doesn't come around very often. You know, there's a lot of people in this world, but the authentic people, the genuine people are not, you know, as abundant. they're not always around, and so it warms them up to changing things about themselves in order to surround themselves with people like you. I would say people say that you have a very beautiful soul. They would say that you, again, it's a lot of people would say you're the best thing that's ever happened to them. or you're the best friend that they could ever have, or you're a touchy-feely kind of person, you know, like you show your you know, you're an acts of love type of person, where you or physical touch, I guess. And so, like, if you play with people's hair, or you touch their hand, you look them in the eyes, even if this is, if you were the kind of person that you're watching this and you're like, that's who I want to be, or that's how I used to be, or that's how I feel I could be, but I'm not right now. I feel like this is a really important aspect of yourself, that when you do have those moments of really feeling no blocks on who you are, and you feel like you can just be your confident self and do these things, that people appreciate you, it really makes a world of difference in people's lives. Like, an example I'm saying is you being in a grocery store, you being in the mall, and you purchasing something, and just that interaction with the cashier leaves that cashier to have a better day. It's like just that few seconds or few minutes of talking to you, or even looking at you, and maybe not even sharing a long-standing conversation, just that thank you and that smile. It's like there's some sort of telepathic exchange that happens between you guys that just changes their day, and maybe even changes their week or longer. And the more that you get out, and the more that you talk to people and interact with people in these ways, the more it's like you change people's lives for the better. You make people really feel like they understand themselves more, just from them wanting to take care of you or enjoying your presence. We have Page of Water, Queen of Fire, yeah, heightened psychic abilities. And don't underestimate yourself. Nine of Fire. Yeah, this is an interesting pile to me, because a lot is coming through as reassurance for you that you shouldn't give up, you should protect, is saying protect that which you've created. And what I feel for that is how far you've come in life. It's like, don't just throw caution to the wind, and you know, all this hard work that you've put towards yourself and towards your life, and your like enhancing your mind and all of this. It's keep going. You're doing a really good job, and I think this pile would be a pile that really doesn't see how valuable and important and impactful you are. And you might not be in a position where a lot of people have the opportunity to tell you this. And it might be weird to tell you this kind of stuff, especially if it is someone that's in the grocery store, you know, that's just checking. It's like, you've changed my life. You know, like some people aren't outgoing enough to say that, but even with the Page of Wands, it's like, keep looking forward. That's what I see for you, is this huge advice of like, keep going, keep looking forward, keep moving, keep seeing into the future of where you want to be and where you can be and where you deserve to be. Because it almost feels like It's a sweeping motion like this, but what I can equate it to is, I think it's like how they make cheese, like mozzarella cheese, where it's in the water and then you kind of like pull it up. It's like that. It's like pulling, or like, let's say it's a fishing net and you're pulling up a bunch of fish. It's like that, like pulling up all the fish. And so as you progress, as you continue on with where you're going in life, and just, sorry, I was just distracted because this is also another side note for you guys. I do feel that there's someone that's going to be coming into your life soon. For some of you, you may already know them. I feel the majority of you, it would be someone that's not been in, it would be like a no contact situation, or like an old friend that you either just went separate ways or lost contact, something, whatever's going on. Something that's going to make you really happy, like a person that's going to come into your life where I'm being drawn to this dolphin. So it's the dolphin spirit for me, which is like laughing a lot, just sharing like your opinions on things and your thoughts, and exploring different areas. Like if you were to go on little trips together, going out to eat together, like sociable, right? And so there's a feeling where maybe you hadn't felt like you were around your same kind. Like it's like, I feel like I'm so different from other people, or the way that I perceive things, or the way that I am, or like almost like people don't recognize this in me, but unbeknownst to you. But I think in some ways intuitively you feel this, but maybe for some of you you're like, oh no, I'm just making it up, or it's not really what's going on, where like you are actually leaving an impact on people where they aren't telling you, they aren't explicitly telling you. And so because of them not straight up telling you, then you don't know. But you can feel it. You can feel it, and you have enough awareness, and you have enough like being able to see things from an outsider's perspective of like who you are as a person and what you bring to the table, that it would only make sense that you are this impactful for people. And so this is pretty much just verifying for you that you're not making it up. You are that person for a lot of people. And so it feels like you're going to be meeting your tribe soon. You're going to be meeting your people soon. And we have manifest and divine purpose, because this was and is your purpose right now, is taking a break from, it's almost a miniature isolation point for you, where you're surrounded by people that like they need that rainbow. They need your shining light, and you have to go through this by yourself. I think that maybe something in your soul's journey is putting you in this position for a reason. I can't say for what reason for every person, but it does feel that the majority of you guys, some of that reason is because if you had it all and you're doing it all with where you're going to be relatively soon, or at least you're seeing the changes occurring relatively soon, is because you wouldn't run into those people that need you in their life. You wouldn't have, and it'd be like this, if you guys have social anxiety and you rarely leave the house, or you rarely look at people in the eye, you rarely talk to people, but when you do, then it's just as meaningful for you as you would hope that it is for them, like to run into a good person. And so that intensity of emotion that happens is important for this part of your journey. And it's molding you by giving you this meditative space, because even though it feels stressful right now, or it feels lonesome right now, you're actually meditating. You're actually taking time away, necessary time away from society or away from people, because that would only serve as a distraction, and it wouldn't chisel you into your mission in an appropriate fashion. So this is all happening in divine order, so that you can be more compassionate towards yourself, and people can be compassionate towards you and towards others. So even if for some of you might feel like you're a doormat, or in past relationships, or how people have treated you, in truth, it's because you're strong enough to handle that. You're strong enough to keep moving towards your goals, and they needed to realize that doing that to someone that's so pure and loving and lovely, that would instigate a change within them. Like, you are their lesson learned, in a negative way, where they realize, I don't want to treat people that way, or I shouldn't treat people that way. And do feel like I should mention too, like, you guys will be rewarded for this. This is part of your mission, your divine mission here. And you just have to keep going. You just have to keep moving, because this is what you have set up for yourself before this. Because detaching yourself from all of these life's troubles, you're a very strong and very wise person, soul. And so this is just part of it. We have tsunami, wake up call, new moon promise, and fairies, earth magic, and we have dance for celebration at the bottom. So this is just another piece of advice for you guys, is to dance out this negative energy if you have any. Go out or go into another room, and just all those feelings that are submerged in you, or that feel like it's attached to you, just shake it off. Shake it off, play some music, and just dance and dance and dance. And again, this is a promise to yourself. And a lot of times, we're not going to say a lot of times, truthfully, every time this card has ever come out, this is a romantic, that someone, either this person entering your life, or if you are in a committed relationship, then it's a deepening of this relationship. And these two anchoring it, it feels like you're gonna get some sort of, it's a promise to yourself. It's like if you've been praying for a sign, or you've been praying for answers, you've been praying for change in your life, like a radical, it's like, I need a clear sign. I need to know. Like, I don't want to have some sign that's questionable. I don't want a sign that I'm gonna see and like think, oh, maybe I need something that'll really show me there's something more to this. There's going to be a change. Like, I need this. I want this. It's going to be happening. And it's making me laugh just because I just laugh at everything, and it's just kind of funny to think about. But it's like, oh, you're gonna get what you wish for. Like, as far as, like, it's gonna be a tsunami of emotions and feelings and visions, and it might freak you out of the way that it comes through, because it's like, okay, you know, it's almost like a playful, like a spiritually playful way that your guardian angels want to show it to you. Is like, you know what, you want to keep asking about it, you want to cry and feel lost or feel broken down or feel however you're feeling. All right, we'll show you, all right. And but it's in a loving way. It's definitely in a loving way. So just know, like, getting past any troubles that you may be going. I know this is going in a different direction for pile number 3, but someone out there needs to hear this. So it's this feeling that whatever comes to pass, okay, wherever you're at on this timeline, whether there's a breakdown of a relationship that you feel is broken down, whatever is going to happen here, that it's going to, like, significantly alter your life, where I'm looking and it's like maybe 2 years, but it doesn't even feel like that long. It feels like within the next several months that something like drastic might happen. But I can't really pinpoint for everyone, I guess. But again, maybe this is just a specific message for someone. That there's going to be a drastic change, and it's going to be positive, okay? Even if the initial start to this isn't, it's eventually going to get to that point. Because obviously that's what I'm looking for in these readings. I'm not looking for anything that's going to make you feel disempowered. Okay, so that's what I see. I'm going to pull one more because I feel like it. We have forgiveness and honesty is essential, so, and have patience. I want one more. So I do feel, again, for some of you, and treasure your loved ones, I do feel for some of you that you are going through some difficult time in your life. You're looking for answers. You're praying for some growth in whatever it is that you're experiencing, and you're going to be able to see things from a different perspective than you haven't before. And whether it's something that you're specifically asking about for a change in your life of a certain outcome, I can guarantee you with this that you're gonna be okay. All right, you're gonna be okay. The answers will be coming to you, and even if it's not what you think that you want, it's gonna be what you need in order to grow on a soul level. And don't give up on your desires or dreams and wishes for whatever kind of connection that you're looking for, because that's where hope will keep you going, and you will keep improving to where every time you look back on the last 3 months or last year, you're going to be able to see that progress in yourself, and you're going to be proud of yourself and be like, I get it. I get why it didn't work out that way. I get why it didn't happen in that way. I get why. So even though you might feel impatient sometimes, if you look at things, you reflect on things in an honest way, you'll be able to see why. And you can be grateful for that time, because time's going to pass anyway. You might as well do the best that you can with the time that you have, because when things start getting to where you want them to be, where you're wishing for them to be, you're not going to get this time back. So just start preparing yourself, right? And start improving in whatever ways, and preparing yourself in whatever ways that you can. Okay, so that's my reading. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.